Good evening, folks. Red County, Blue Nation, West Cliff, Colorado, the great country of the United States of Americans. Mike Boring on the controls, Stephen Rorick, James McMahon. Jimmy, how you doing this evening, buddy?
We're doing good. Got through a day, so yeah.
So tell me about how you was getting hot.
Yeah, it's a little warm out there today. Definitely had some heat going on. It's a good time to get in shape, though. That's an incentive.
No, I don't know.
Between the smoke and the heat.
I don't know if it's the smoke or just, I mean, it is August. So.
It's August.
But yeah.
So it was a little torchy today.
I mean, I loaded cows out this morning. 64 pair. They're out of here. There's nothing left for them to eat, man.
Yeah, it got dry all of a sudden here.
Well, it's
No rain.
It's been getting dry for me. It just, oh shit, we've been burned up for 2-3 weeks. It's just trying to get them together. And then Lahana got an inch of rain, and my gal calls us up and she says, God dang, can we delay another day or two? We don't know if we can get these trucks in there. And the old man's like, hell no. They're out. I mean, yeah, if you want to starve them to death, they still look pretty good, right? I mean, they're still.
Oh, yeah.
But no, hell no. They're out of here. We don't care if you can't unload them. You can unload them on the highway and drive them or whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
They're out of here.
Inch of rain down there, huh?
That's what she said.
Good for them.
Well, they've been getting rain like crazy, man. They can't get no hay up. First and second cutting alfalfa's ruined it all. Ain't nobody got any good hay yet. Can't get it dry.
Wow. Yeah, they're haying to beat the band up here. They're narrowing in on her.
Oh, you can really go right now because it's like putting up straw. Hell, cut it one day and bale it to the next.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty dry.
Now, anybody that really knows what's up,
You can't just go for tonnage. You got to go for some quality and keep some life in it. You know what I mean?
should already had it done.
It's almost like grain now.
Yeah, I know all the stuff on our streets. I put up a lot of that. I know I have about as much experience as you can get with it, and it is worthless. It's worth nothing. If you're gonna feed, I mean, they will eat it, but you gotta pour the protein to them. You gotta feed a bunch of cottonseed cake or something to do anything.
Just belly wad's all it is.
Yeah,
Keep the rumen alive.
Fill them up.
Yep, belly wad's what we used to call it.
Yeah.
Put a little molasses on it, and give it a little flavor, and make sure they got a protein nutrition tub. Plenty of water.
Well, that's how you make money, is feed them a goddamn
Oh boy.
$800 a ton protein tubs.
Yeah, it takes the profit right out of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, everybody, these guys have been in the driver's seat. A lot of the guys that I know, they weren't in the business when I was in the business. And when it run us out in like 2008 on through there, I mean, and these guys have been in the driver's seat the last 4, 5, 6 years, right? It's been gravy time. Oh hell, this is easy. We'll take on all this ground and we'll buy all this big time machinery and da. And then it's like back to the normal high mountain desert stuff.
Yep.
But
Farming's always a guessing game.
the good thing about it is a guessing game, but I mean, there's a reason why the real productive ground is where it is, because the weather patterns are more predictable and sustainable.
Oh, yeah. I mean, where we get 8 inches of rain, they're getting 30 inches of rain.
Well, you wish you could get it. I mean, I've gotten like 2 inches of rain in a year.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying,
3.
I think on the average up here is like, is it like 8?
I forget. It's below 30.
Oh, my God. It's way below 30, yeah.
Hundreds of inches. We're talking about year-round snowpack, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been getting forgotten about. Nope, you don't get none.
I mean, some years are better than others, but just got to go with the flow. But you got to let it talk to you. If you need to take it off early, get it off early while it's still got nutrition in it.
The 170 bales that I got earlier, great, man.
Yeah, if everybody had got it when you were getting it, that was the window right there.
For everybody to cut it down, when I cut it down, it would all float away.
Well, that was the second go around. The first go around, you hit pretty good. You just got to have taller fences.
Well, it was only making 8 rows together to get a row to bale up, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I should have just turned the cattle in and filed for
The hay loss.
the NAP insurance. But yeah, I was looking through since 2018, right? There was 2 years in there that we had zero. Most of the time it's like 250 up to 350 ton, and we got 50 ton this year. So we had 2 years that we got zero, and then so this is the lowest tonnage that we've had in like 8-9 years, ton wise. Besides the 2 years that there was nothing. I got 50 ton off of 160 acres, which is like, it's not much more than a semi load. A couple semi loads, I guess. 2 semi loads.
Well, you got to be thankful for when you get it and hang in there when you don't. But boy, it makes it tough.
I'll tell you what, that's why I switched gears, because I mean, it ain't been much fun either, because we can't seem to get nothing else to work out. But I mean, that's why we give up these big ranches, man, because we couldn't pay, right? I mean, they didn't pay. I could have made more money at the Dome, literally.
Sure.
Literally.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with the fun factor, right? That's just fun's not included on that. That's just monetary.
Yeah, exactly.
The Dome is my home. Shit. What a mess, man. No, but speaking of messes, how about the CIA rigging our elections? And I hate to beat a dead horse, folks, but there's enough evidence to convict these folks for treason. But damn, I mean, like, could we get a firing squad, or
Could we just get one in handcuffs?
a tall rope, or a tall tree with a short rope, or yeah.
Could we just get one running and, you know what I mean? Can we get one just to go plead the fifth and tattletale on the rest of them? Or however that works, go state evidence?
It's
Something's got to give sooner or later. Boy, to get our country back. Oh, Donald's trying. I mean, I think he is.
well, he's working at it. I mean,
A lot of people think it's just a stunt. It's all just a stunt.
my biggest thing is still the whole deal with Israel. Of course, I know anybody that's a real, excuse my language, real Bible thumper don't agree with me, but I could give a shit less, right?
Oh no, there's two kingdoms over there in Israel.
It's whoremongers to the end.
Yeah, so we'll see where it all goes. I think Mrs. Tulsi Gabbard's, I think she's turned everything over to the Department of Justice. Now, who's in the DOJ?
I don't know, but I seen one of them judges, and I can't remember his name, but they were talking about how he is so blatantly, just so blatant about, hell, I'm going to... That's the thing about the Democrats, right? And we're going to get back on the subject about the West Cliff, Wet Mountain Valley, whatever the hell it is.
Oh, the Colorado Regional Partnership thing, whatever that is, and then they got some Wet Mountain Valley community thing.
Yeah, what they're calling it here is Wet Mountain Valley. Bam. What? WMVO. What Mountain Valley Outdoors? That's what it is. So we'll get to that in a minute after we get done land-based and the rest of these no good, do nothing, result no result. I mean, I don't know.
I know the wheels of justice
I was talking-
typically are slow,
I was
but
talking with our buddy Matt, our certified Red County Blue Nation attorney, old Matt Miles, right? Kudos to him. I was visiting with him the other day. He said, "Man, I don't even know why you're talking to me about this, because you know that they ain't going to do anything." And I said, "Matt, I already know all that. I'm not the attorney, right? And I already know this." So he's like, "Man, they ain't going to do nothing to Obama or Hillary or any of them." But, I mean, they're getting more dirt on them all the time. And, I mean, this whole thing about the CIA being involved in CHICOMs, right, China, and how they're actually influencing. So they was going through, and it was talking about the Venezuelan government, how they did that. They had a thumbprint. So their voting machines, you have to have a thumbprint to certify your identity. But they had these thumbprint readers, and the son of a gun started going malfunctioning. So it's got a 9-digit code, and then pretty soon, like, whatever was supposed to be their secret sauce, right? Like our Dominion voting machines. Then all of a sudden it's just went haywire, and it's like pants just fell right down, right? But who's going to do something? I mean, it's treason in the first degree, and treason is punishable by death. So like what we were just talking about, I mean, there's no handcuffs.
so they're bringing them into the courthouse to talk to them, though, right? They're issuing subpoenas and indictments.
I did hear that
Clinton's
got indicted.
They're saying
Subpoenaed.
Come on up in here. We don't. And it sounds like if you're a president, you have some kind of
So
amnesty of some sort.
Yeah, presidential immunity. But
Right.
so here's the thing: what I heard the other day too, that would be good, is if they go ahead and impeach him. So impeach Obama and Biden, then they don't have that presidential immunity.
So how do you impeach them if they're not in office?
That's part of the thing, and I don't know, man. I mean, I don't.
So the other part of it that I heard I thought was kind of cool was they can't plead the fifth when they're brought in there, because they have that amnesty or whatever it's called, where you're not going to get hurt whatever you say. Doesn't matter what you say. But you're going to you have to answer the question. You have to answer the question. You can't plead the fifth. You have to answer the question. So maybe that's, if they get them cornered, expect you got to say something, or you just sit there and don't say nothing.
Well, and that's the thing too. It's like, it's part of the whole system, and part.
That's where the Second Amendment comes in, is where I'm at.
Well, and part of the whole system, and part of the design,
Bad as that sounds.
There's so much distraction that it's like we see them doing it, but by the next day or two or three, you've already forgot about it. So Obama's already incriminated himself plenty of times.
Well, they have printed paper and emails and the track record and all the texts and all of this stuff.
He's already confessed, but nobody can remember.
Well, he said it right out loud. The Constitution really is outdated. It's done. We don't need to. When the president says that, boy, right there and then and there, that needs to.
That goes a second.
That's number.
I'll second it.
Second it. Push the clutch in. I'm grabbing the gear. Going into second. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating because we have a very short window to get things on the straight and narrow. We got the Trump is in there, and he's surrounded by a lot of other people that were on the outside who knew what was going on, but they had a podcast, or they were able to broadcast, and, you know, tell the American people, hey, this is kind of what's going on, folks. Now some of them people are in there and they're like, their hands are tied or something. I don't know. Is it so sinister? If you do this to us, we're going to do this.
That's all about.
You know, is it that bad? Do we have? Well, we're going to release. We're going to do something so bad. If you do that, if you tell on us,
Well, that's
this is what we're going to do.
that's what we was talking about, blackmail and the whole 9 yards. Like,
Yeah.
well, we know where your kids live, and this is what your wife looks like, and these are the pictures of your family 2 days ago, and I mean all the stuff that the movies portray.
Yeah.
But yeah, we know it's true. I mean,
So at the end of the day, that's where I just, for the life of me, I don't know. Are we just trying to catch them all? Trying to get them all out? Trying to get everything out at one time? Is it a big draw? I mean, it's all the way from the Epstein thing, you know, to the voter fraud, to Russiagate. I mean, it's stacking up. It's kind of like here at the county. There were so many issues that were stacking up. It's like, it's so overwhelming now. Where do you even start?
it is. It's just like a huge pile of papers. It just keeps stacking up, and then pretty soon it just falls over.
Yeah.
A bunch of it's off on the desk, and it's down in the mop water. And
One cool thing about it here is it's all on the bank statements. Never can get that gone because the feds keep a track of all that. So
well, and so
that'll be a good thing one of these days, boys.
go ahead and tell us about what you were talking about. You heard from Glenn Beck. What do you got in your notes there?
Oh yeah, if you guys know Glenn Beck, he's been on this for, I don't know, 10 years. He's kind of
So Alex Jones is
kind of
my
like
guy.
Alex.
Yeah.
You know, him and Alex Jones are on the same page.
Yeah.
They got two different styles.
They're different.
They're two different styles, but they're in the same kingdom.
We're talking about the same thing. But yeah, go ahead and
So Glenn Beck's on episode 451. He has this broke down. He shows exactly how it's layered and how they orchestrate it and how it goes. And he took it right off the Durham. Forgot what they called it, but it wasn't the Durham report, but it was the Durham something that Tulsi Gabbard has put together. And then there's another one, but it talks about all the players, the names of the people, and what they did, when they did it, how they did it, why they did it, and then how they fed it down to the non-governmental organizations, into the news media, and legitified it, and even falsified papers to get the FISA report. He goes into very big, it's huge. Talks about the Open Society with George Soros and how I think it was $270 million that they had funneled through under the guise of democracy, making democracy around the world. And they just funneled money. Bill Gates is involved to a huge part of it, especially during COVID.
that's what's happening to us right now here, folks, with the Wet Mountain Valley Outdoors, right? They're fixing to push $50 million. And so, I mean, it looks all right from the outside, sort of like, okay, we're going to try to, we're going to make America better, greater. What, we're going to improve stuff, right? We're going to make everything better than it is. But yet, all they're really trying to do is push their agenda through, and so that's what the whole Wet Mountain Valley Outdoors is talking about. Is supposedly what I hear from the backside is that they're trying to fix Lake Deweese, but how they think they're going to fix that is get rid of all the cattle and get rid of all of the hay production because it's got fertilizer. Well, little do you know, if you talk to the old timers like my dad, he'll tell you that them algae blooms were out there before there was ever fertilizer. And Robert Miller would tell you Lake Deweese was never supposed to be nothing but an irrigation pond. It's not made for your recreational outdoor bullshit. It's just not. It's not what it was designed for. It's not what it was. That's not what it was put in there for.
Here again, people come and here's some money that's available, and the other side where they're like, yeah, we need more wolfy wolves out here.
Yeah, and we're not just talking about like a couple $100 here or there. We're talking about $50 million, folks. So.
And Stephen, I don't know if that's not just for Custer County.
No, that's not just for Custer County. That's
for the different counties.
That's the whole state.
The 64 counties, or
that's the whole
maybe
state
the 40
over the next 5 years. But that's $10 million. So what is that? Is that 64 counties by $10 million? I mean, that's way more than they got this time for at 100,000. So 10 million divided by 64, $156,000 per county per year.
It could be significant, especially if they consolidate it.
Well, and let's,
if they give Custer County a whole lot more than they would,
here's the
to Weld County.
So okay, it's good, right? Okay, 150 grand. Let's go up there and trim down the Rainbow Trail where all the fallen down trees are and all of that stuff that you can barely get by there. Let's clean out some of these deadfall to all these high mountain lakes. Let's clean this stuff up. Let's get it. But no, that ain't what they want to do. You got John Van Dorn trying to come in here and tell us.
Is he welcome here?
So let me.
Could we get old John Van
I have
in
no
here
idea.
and talk to him?
He damn sure don't know me, but he knows you.
He knows me, and
He don't know me.
And
luckily for him.
Yeah, I want to get him in here and kind of give him a question or two and say, hey.
Well, if you want to do that, that's.
Well, I mean, that's where the tread hits the pavement, and if you get. And it sounds like Ann Barthrup's on that deal too.
She is, and so here I'm fixing to jam you out here. Let's see if I find the right name on here. Okay, so Wet Mountain Valley Outdoors is the new nonprofit and the 21st and latest partner in the Regional Partner Initiative. Network funding for the Wet Mountain Valley Outdoors RPI comes from the Colorado Parks and Wildlife and GOCO, the lottery fund. In 2025, Wet Mountain Valley Outdoors was awarded a grant to begin the process of community outreach to create a Custer County-based long-term plan for restoration, conservation, and outdoor recreation in the region. GOCO has committed $50 million over the next 5 years to the fund and the initiative, and you can learn more about RPIs in general here. We will be adding names of the Wet Mountain Valley Outdoor Board as well as respective core and planning teams to the Wet Mountain Valley Outdoor Organization website as part of an About page in August and September. The website will be constantly evolving and work in progress as we just received our funding confirmation earlier this summer. The board is John Van Dorn. He's as liberal as they come, right? I mean, I don't know him that well. You know him a lot more than I do because he shows up to the
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to just say he's definitely on the other side of the aisle than I am.
Andrew Todd is the vice president. Sally Strom is the secretary. Lucas Epps, board member. Bob Fulton's board member. And John Anderson's a board member. The core team is Ann Barthrup from Liberty Rocks, Sudsy Binish from Colorado Cattlewomen, Rob Bidner from NRCS, Destiny Chapman, from USFS, which I don't know what that is, Justin Kroll from Colorado Parks and Wildlife, Kevin Day, our least favorite commissioner for quite a while now, Cindy Howard from FACO, which I don't know what that is, Shelley Larson and Joe Studio, Wet Mountain Valley Outdoor Marketing and Communications, Yates McConnell, ARWC, Sarah Scholes, CCSAR, Bianca Triniker, Ravens Lodging, and Buck Wenzel, Silvercliff Mayor. The planning team is John Van Dorn, Andrew Todd, Shelley Larson, Bob Fulton, and Laura Cam, Civic Canopy Consultants, and Kim Smoyer and Associates. So, I mean,
I tell you, the first thing that comes to my mind, that group of folks right there, that whole team put together, I don't know what they're allowed up there. I don't know if they can bring a battery-operated saw or what. But that whole group needs to get up on that Rainbow Trail. If that's what they're about. And they need to go on up in there and get that done. And I'm sure they'll find another 100 other people that would gladly go up there and help them. But really, what's going on here?
Yeah, so that ain't what's going on.
Well, no, that's how they open the door.
Yeah, that's the illusion.
That's the trickery and the con.
We're gonna try to take your ground from you. I mean, I don't know who it is, I can't remember, but somebody around here says, well, we're gonna tell all these ranchers if they don't sell us this ground, then we're gonna just eminent domain. Like, really? I mean, I hate to be brash, but like, that's what the Second Amendment is. And don't push me too far, right? Because I value my life and I don't want to waste it on something stupid like having to stick up for my Second Amendment over something like a non-government organization trying to tell me what to do with my ground that I pay my property tax with, right? But you all better be careful what you're doing, right? Because you're barking up the wrong tree here. You don't know what you're talking about, right? So if you really understood what you were talking about and climate change was real, which it's not, right? I mean, we can prove this left and right, and I don't have time to go through that right now. If you had a legitimate stand would be one thing, but you don't, right? You don't know what you're talking about, John. And it's okay, right? I mean, you're still an American and you still have a right to be here. But that don't mean you have a right to try to infringe on my rights, buddy.
Well,
and so that's back to I second, right?
So here again, I'm going to put the Jimmy spin on it. Okay, if you know about Agenda 21, you know about Agenda 2030. If you know about 15-minute cities, if you know about you'll own nothing and like it.
Be happy.
If you know about that stuff, and if you don't, you should try to find out about it, because that's the thing that's coming against us here, and with this as well. These are the tools they use to push their agenda. 15, everybody needs to live in the city. Everybody needs to eat bugs. Cattle are a problem.
But we're going to eat cattle. Just not you.
But what we need...
You eat bugs while I eat steak.
What we need is your water for these data centers, boy. We need your water for these data centers. Now just get that through. Just go ahead and like that, boy. That's like old Tom Flower told me. Custer County is part of the real estate of Colorado, and you better just get used to it, boy. Yeah. We got your ass, and we know what's coming now, too, because some of us are awake. We know what's going on. We know the tactics. We know what's in your hearts, Johnny boy. So, and you see the people. Look at that list of people that are there.
And we got something like perpetual motion. I mean, they have these super simple machines all over now. We don't need Sangre de Cristo Electric, and we don't need all this bullshit. I mean, we do right now because we haven't converted. We're too busy trying to make a buck to try to keep the light, pay the rent,
I know.
keep the lights on.
Too busy making a living to actually do something.
At some point, right, we don't need what you're peddling and pushing, right? We don't need it. So these huge data centers, they can run on free electricity. They don't need all this. You can cool them with free electricity. That reminds me, man.
They got all the electricity they need. They need water.
But water isn't what cools it. Water is a very rudimentary cooling device.
Yeah.
Not nearly as good as refrigeration.
Yeah.
But water's free.
There you go. So there's the contrast, and there's the real challenge if you're going to want to do a big old data center. And if you want to put a lot more people in the cities, pull them out of the countrysides and get them all in the city, which is the agenda. Look it up. It's published. It's all out there for you to see. They're not hiding nothing. That's why we have such a division in Democrat and Republicans. That's why we have such a division. That is the kingdom against kingdom.
What it is too, right? Is they have their agenda, but they don't know what they're talking about, right? It's built on falsehood and misconceptions. It just ain't true. Whatever they're talking about, climate change is not the way that it is. CO2 is what makes plants grow stronger and bigger and faster.
Well, here again, that doesn't fit the narrative, Stephen.
CO2, there's a reason why farmers pump CO2 into their greenhouses.
You betcha.
And they have CO2 generating burners to turn propane into CO2. Because it ain't strong enough in the atmosphere because y'all are trying to sequester it.
So the ignorance.
Really?
So
really,
here,
Van Dorn? Mr. Van Dorn, right?
Here,
I mean, so like Jimmy said, maybe you better come up here and see if you can answer a couple questions for us because I'm pretty sure that you don't know what you're talking about.
He absolutely does. And it's asinine ignorant when you're educated. When you can combat him. But when you've drank the Kool-Aid, their speech sounds real good. When you've been to the schools, and I went to school in the 60s and the 70s.
Like you did on the 6th over there at Lang Hall?
Buddy boy, I couldn't stomach another minute of that because it's a spiritual thing with me. I can hear the tones, I could see it, I could watch how that was coming in.
I went to 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Right? I don't.
Here again, I didn't see anybody else go in and tell the commissioners, that mask, if you did 8th grade biology and you understand what's going on here, it's a virus, you Nimrod. Why do you think all the doctors and people are all masked up and the people that are designing it are all a little bitty old mask that you get out of a little old deal like that? I mean, it's turning a mosquito with the,
mosquito on a chain
link fence.
Literally, that's the size comparison.
So anyways, they took advantage of people's lack of knowledge. And some people just want other people to blame it on.
Some people just want other people to tell them what to do.
They're just sheep. And you're going to keep preying on the sheep, but some of us is sheep dogs. We're the dogs out there trying to protect the sheep. So
some of us are human beings. We're not sheep.
Well, no, exactly. And that's just the scenario I'm using. And
it's the same scenario.
You have naive people.
We're advanced beings of light, and we're not going to listen to your poppycock. You can try to tell us we're going to play kumbaya till the end, and we all know that that's nothing but a trap. Y'all just want to put us in a trap. Van Dorn, I know good and well that at the end of the day, you're not going to follow the Kool-Aid that you prescribe, buddy. I know better than that.
Jim Jones?
Y'all are the same, right? That whole what's good for the goose is good for the gander, that ain't the case, right? Nothing but trickery.
What are we going to restore? What is all that? I mean, what is that? I mean, if you start breaking down, they're undefined, and that's what I went to that meeting for. I wanted to see the defined plan.
There's no plan
of what was going to take place, and now they're going, well, we want to invite everybody and see what everybody thinks and get
tell you how to meet your new neighbor sitting at another table, and we need to wear name tags because you ain't smart enough to remember your own name. Or you ain't smart enough to remember the people that you introduced yourself to?
Absolutely. And here's another comparison of these people's mentality is when we weren't able to have a debate with the commissioners or the elected officials, but they came up with this Westcliff Institute. I laughed so hard I damn near pissed myself. Westcliff Institute. Boy, oh boy, that's significant. Same group of people.
Institute of what?
Same group of people that were involved in that dog and pony show, where it was, it's soft landing. We don't want to disrupt anybody. We don't want to have any great debate or difference of opinion. We don't want the people we're hiring to represent us with our tax money. We're hiring them, And we need to interview them, and we need to hold their feet to the fire. Say, look, when you had a debate, you said this. Now why are you doing that? But you don't let that happen because you're always protecting that.
No, so we have a...
That's the same group of Nimrods in this
we have
deal.
a plan, folks. And so we're going to shift gears here. We beat a dead horse enough, right? So this is the new plan, right? We have a candidate. He'll be on next week. His name's Taylor Lopresti. His lineage, his people, his folks, his grandparents, they've been around this county for a long time. And Taylor is a pretty level-headed, easy-going, soft-spoken,
Ethical.
ethical, respectable person. And what's going to happen here, right, is next March, or whenever it is, February, March, April, whatever, is the caucuses, right? And so all y'all in the CCRCC, you've been playing this shenanigans about how you want to try to group together and get everybody in there, whatever. Got news for you, right? We're coming, right? We got the cavalry mounted up, and we're fixing to come in there and take back what you've been taking from us. So ultimately, Andrew Zeller, that's on you at this point, buddy. I mean, you're the chair. They got fined. They got fined because they can't take care of the bookkeeping, even though Bill Candace said that's the best treasurer they ever had. Of course, it's Billy Bob Biden, right?
There again.
Our respect level has went from a fair amount because, you know, Bill, you were better than Deb Adams, but now, I mean,
Hear that, Bill?
nobody respects you anymore, bud.
Bill, hear that? You's better than Deb Adams, buddy boy.
Billy Bob Biden.
Billy Bob Biden better than Deb Adams. That's why you got voted in there.
But so where we're at, folks, is that Taylor is in whatever district that is. I can't remember. I think it's 1.
It's 1 or 3. It's not 2.
I think this one's 3, but I can't remember either. Anyhow, he's in Bill Candace district. We've been looking for somebody to try to take, because, you know, Lucas and Paul are not up for election, but Bill is, and we have no idea what the CCRCC and Ann Barthrop and all her group of cronies has in mind, but we don't care because Taylor has, I mean, I'm not speaking for him at this point, but I spoke with him on the street the other day, and he is surely interested, and he's interested enough to come onto the podcast next week. And we're also having a meet and greet at Jack and Jean Canterbury's on the 21st. I hope Jean don't get mad at me and there's like 200 people show up at her house. But August 21st, 6 o'clock at Jack and Jean Canterbury's to meet Taylor Lopresti. And so personally, I've known Taylor. His mom and dad used to own the Beersley, and I've been doing business with them since I was in high school. My dad went to school with all of them in Pueblo. So Betsy Boyer, I can't remember exactly the years. I think Betsy was in Chuck's class. Dave was 2 years behind Dave Boyer, Dr. Boyer, the Boyer Ranch. Dr. Boyer passed away now, bless his soul. And then Kathy Boyer, which is Lopresti, I think she was 3 years younger. I think.
In your pappy's class?
Yeah. So they all went to school.
And what year is this?
58, maybe? I think he graduated in 58. Or 56. I'd have to ask.
Anyways, it's in the 50s.
Yeah, late 50s.
So these is old timers.
Yeah. And so Boyers used to own a bunch of this ground. They traded and sold and ground all over this county. They've been here and been here and been here. Well, Taylor is direct lineage of all of this stuff. So when y'all were talking about Jabba the Hutt, Fat Boy Katnick being from the the old school people that lived here, whatever. Taylor has more credentials, in my opinion, than Bob Cadnick ever had.
Well, Bob was that was a silly feller there too, but whatever. Yeah, that was
The reason why they called him Fatnik and had to get a new chair because he was so big. I mean, really, like, have a little respect for yourself, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I got plenty right here, but I can still sit in a normal chair.
I got plenty too with that silly milk cow.
But so anyhow, folks, so Taylor is so graciously.
He's throwing his hat in the ring, though.
He is not only throwing his hat in the ring, but he is willing to commit to making this county a better place because he's from here. He's been from here. His grandparents are from here. His parents they have been here for many, 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 many moons, right?
The heritage is important.
Heritage is important, and it's important to get. First things first, what we all of us, all the people that I run with, all we ever cared about was getting the book straight. Lucas, you can't do shit. Won't do it. Following Ann around like I don't know what's the matter with you, buddy. But you got no respect really up in our side of the thing because you can't keep track of the numbers. You're going to let, what's his name, the cranium come in as the finance officer. He couldn't take care of it. Couldn't take care of it as the IT guy, but now he's the finance official. But you can't. You guys are so derelict with your fiduciary responsibility. Taylor's gonna. He's the kind of gentleman that cares about that kind of thing, right? Because that's where they came from. His dad was an Air Force colonel. Taylor has worked with the DEA for many years. He's retired now. When I first knew him, he didn't work for them. He was still, I forget exactly what he did, but he just started his career with the DEA when I was basically coming out of high school. So he's dealt with all of these nimrods, and he's had it up to his chin with the political correctness and, we got to do this and we got to do that, and you can't tell somebody this, you can't tell somebody that. We can here, folks, and that's the whole thing. So we're super excited to get Taylor on our side. I mean, we've been looking for somebody to get in that district, and we just haven't found anybody for quite some time. There's some good people, Brock Flynn, and he's gotten thrown around a couple times, but he can't stand it. He can't stand the ineptness, the jokerness, the craziness of the CCRCC and the whole 9 yards. But so what we're doing, folks, and we're going to tell you what our plan is right now. It's like, this is our plan. See if you can stop us, right? We're going to come to the caucus. We're going to take control of the PCPs, right? I mean, my two PCPs. It's Nikita and Don Ramsdale. I mean, Nikita, I appreciate when you listen to me or whatever, but I still don't think that you represent me properly, right? I mean, all you want to do is follow Ann and Lisa around. You didn't listen to what I told you. What you did was you went and run and told them about it, and I don't appreciate that one bit. And Brad, I don't care what you think, buddy, right? I mean, if you really care about what you're talking about and what you're doing, then you'll listen to what we're saying. Right, this is not a girls' clique, and it's not a club.
It ain't high school.
It ain't high school, boys and ladies.
So when it really comes down to when you stand back and look at this at 10,000 feet or whatever you want to call it, how come there's not an email list generated and things getting posted and
so the email. I mean, so it was $100. Gene Canterbury bought the list. That's how we get. That's the list. Luckily, her and Kim Heath are so gracious. That's the list that Red County uses now. Have y'all ever got one single CCRCC email since Jack Canterbury was? Since Andrew Zeller's been the commissioner, has anybody ever got an email or a text about a CCRCC meeting? Not one. Not a single one, and that's because they don't want you there, right?
They just absolutely don't want anybody's voice. And here they are. They're the first group of people that consolidate the voice together, and there's no outreach program. There's nothing saying this is an issue we'd like to have that.
Let's just spill the beans too. I mean, Jimmy's completely right, and that's what, when he was a PCP or running for a PCP or whatever, that was one of the main things he wanted to do, was get people involved. They wouldn't do that, right? So Lynn Arrigo donated his service, which would have been pretty expensive if you had to pay in the private sector, and they were so scared and so whatever it was that they sued Lynn.
They sued a gentleman.
What's her name? The treasurer. I can't remember offhand. Nancy.
Nancy.
So
here again,
Nancy sues Lynn because he comes up with some stuff that says that it's not quite right, and he's willing to help her. So what she do? She sues him. And then come to find out, after the wash is all over, the Secretary of State comes in and finds the CCRCC, and they have to pay a penalty because they don't have the shit in order. What a disgrace.
Lenny was trying to help.
Lenny was just trying to help. And
Lenny,
Nancy sues him on Ann Barthrop's behalf? Ridiculous.
Wait a minute, and I'm going to throw it right at Bill Biden's feet. I'm going to throw it at Lucas Epps' feet. I'm going to throw it at everybody that's on that. Everybody that was involved in that dog and pony show. There was a group of people that showed up to help the Republican Party grow and be stronger and be more responsible.
What, because we want to take care of the money? No, we can't do that. We're right and you don't know shit, so we'll sue you. Well, the state dropped the hammer on you, and it wasn't that big a fine. It was only $200 or whatever, but it's still the fact of the matter. You all can't take care of shit, and you got fined by the state. Well, embarrassing.
And here again, there was
But it's about over, folks, because the caucus is coming up in 26.
There was a good man that got caught up in that. I think he's a pretty good old boy, Brian Thomas. And I don't think he understood the ramifications and how they were using him. And that the rules have to be followed. Whenever you're doing campaign stuff, you have to be above reproach. And these people
and that's the thing. You were so right, Jimmy. And that's the thing that just twists me inside out. We gotta have rules about how we're gonna count the money because people are not smart enough to count it themselves. We got to have rules so people act right. Like, really? You can't count the money? God, man.
Well, here again.
We got to have rules to put the pressure on you so that you act right. Like, really? That is so, it just twists me inside out.
Well, human nature is that way, and the rules were made that way because
but the thing is
most people don't need to be told.
Back in the good old boys, they don't need that, right? Because it's like
they already had the golden rule in them.
Hell, I would want 5 or 6 people watching
damn Skippy,
and have a video camera.
Shit, howdy.
But no, Ann Barthrop sticks it in her damn pocket and runs off, and everybody says, and I got crossways with Brian Thomas. And I ended up leaving because he keeps telling me, well, we counted the money. No, you didn't. You didn't count shit. You didn't count nothing. And now Brian Thomas has split. He's cut tail and run because he knew that something wasn't right. And he's out of here. He don't even live here anymore, does he?
No.
Moved away over this shit.
Nice folks, and we needed people like that here. And
all because one thing. All we wanted was the money to be straight. That's all we asked from you, Lucas. You are the chief finance guy, the commissioner that's in charge of the money. Man, from our angle, you can't catch your way out of a wet paper bag.
Well, I think a lot of it comes down to they don't want it being able to be counted because here again, did we get a little extra when we weren't supposed to? Whatever. My thing is I would demand it.
It's coming, folks.
Oh, it's coming.
right? Taylor's going to make sure that the money is accounted for.
It's coming.
And Paul, right, I know you're kind of the third wheel, and Billy Bob Biden's got the hammer over you, right? He's the big bad commissioner, and Lucas follows Billy Bob around or whatever.
They're a team. We got to work as a team.
You better.
We don't balance each other out and kick each other in the nuts to keep us straight. We just do the, oh no, you did
Shit,
that.
That's why you got a goddamn
You did
accountant.
that. You did that. Now I'm gonna do this.
You got an
You got
accountant.
away with that. Now I'm gonna get away with this. Okay. So you turn your head. I turn my head. You gonna turn your head now. That's what it looks to me like all day long over there.
All you got to have is an accountant that can keep track of the money, and everything would be fine. But no, we can't have that. It costs too much.
But we hide under the.
We can spend $100,000 on a wood chipper, but yet we can't spray the weeds. That's mandated.
For the cattlemen that make a bunch of money up here.
Are even regardless of the cattlemen, it's like noxious weeds. You want that shit growing around your house, Van Doren?
That's not what it's about, though, Stephen.
It is for me.
Oh no! No. I'm saying on their side.
You know, that's what
on their side. That's not what it's
we
about.
We don't want to keep track of the money. It'll be fine. Vern can do shit, but he can do it now because he's got it in his head.
Yeah, I've had it in my head for 7 years.
I mean,
we got a 2-hour
it's
tape.
It's been a while, right? Since I've been so busy doing what I'm doing, right, that I kind of forgot how irritated it makes me to even think that you can't. Our own little Custer County can't even take care of the money. The CCRCC can't take care of the money. They don't want to take care of the money. The tide's coming in, folks. It's going to change. It's got to change. Well, otherwise, we're going to second it, right?
Well, there's one,
and that ain't a threat, right? I mean, this is how the
that's
country
a cycle.
is set up.
That's a cycle of survival.
Not gonna put up with it forever.
When the oppression of the government gets so bad that the common man can't breathe.
The damn, you're gonna buy $100,000 wood chipper, and the derelict that's pulling it ain't even smart enough to figure it out and burns the frickin' brakes off the son of a bitch 2 miles out of town. Brand new piece of machinery, but you don't even have somebody even qualified enough to get it to the job site.
Derelict.
Boy, Billy Bob, that sure is taking care of us, buddy-o. Man, you talk about just like, I feel disrespected, is what I feel.
You should feel abused.
It's the whole.
It's waste, fraud, and abuse right here at the lowest, pretty low level here. And I don't know exactly what all's going on at the school. I think that thing's kind of resolving itself. But there again, that was the voice of the people. That was moms and dads standing up and saying, now listen.
Well, we still got it. We still got a bone to pick with Peggy Collins because you gave her that list and she refuses to give it up or says that she never got it. And we know that's bullshit, Peggy.
No, she got it, and she gave it to that other gal.
Regardless, where is it? Now nobody can find it? That had all the critical shit. And that was Jimmy's mistake for giving it to you, Peggy?
It was. Well, I really, and here again.
We trusted you. And for what? So you could just throw it in the fire?
Yeah, let me do all that. Okay.
Yeah, and you're on the school board that got all the money? Huh. That seems kind of precarious.
So I do have that list. I have that list. I got it from, I guess it was...
Not the original list, though, because they've revamped that list and we don't know what it was. They've changed it 4 or 5 times. We don't know what the original was.
Right. So the one that I have, we need to bring that up for discussion, and we need to challenge each of them groups of people.
I think Jordan might have.
I think Jordy's got it. Sorry, Jordan. I know you don't like me calling you Jordy. But at the end of the day, I think we've got that in play. Well, I think that's going to be in play. The thing is that was all taxpayer money that got issued, and no receipts.
Why would you want to change it? There's only one reason
why
you would want to audit it, because you had something to hide.
That's what I'm saying. And here again, it's suspicious behavior, and I'm going to allude back to that. that statute that says if you suspect something, you can go to the DA and you can do an affidavit, and they have to investigate. So I've exercised that personally myself, without anybody else. I don't care. I go alone. I don't even care anymore. That's where I'm at. The kumbaya and we'll think like this and they're doing. I'm done. I'm real simple, to the point. Get it done. Boom. That's it. That's all. Boom. Gotta go. So we'll see where that all lands. But
So,
here again,
folks,
at the end of the day, you got to be proactive at the voting booth.
At the end of the day, where we need to be proactive is at the caucus.
Caucus.
And so Taylor, meet and greet, Jack and Jean Canterbury's 6 o'clock next Thursday night, Thursday the 21st. I mean, I hopefully I don't let my pelican mouth override my hummingbird ass, but this is a public invite for everybody to come up there. We'll have brisket, potato salad and beans, whatever. I mean, if you give a shit about anything about this county, show your ass up, folks.
If you liked what you got here, when you came around the hill up there, oh my goodness, look how beautiful this is. It's not a Breckenridge or, you know what I'm saying? It's
Unless you're running with the Wet Mountain Valley Outdoors and you think that all the people that have been here this whole time don't know what they're talking about, that you know more than we do, and you think climate change is real, then don't show your ass up. Because we don't want you there. You don't know what you're talking about. If you think that CO2 is bad, then we're never going to be friends, because you are uneducated and you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, and that's kind of where the tread hits the pavement.
It is where the tread hits the pavement for me. If you don't like CO2, you don't know jack about shit.
Well, that's kind of what I've been jumping up and down about. It's like, wait a minute. The planet's never been healthier than its life right now. It's jamming. But to sequester but here again, they're using it.
All that is
They
is a waste of money.
They weaponize a fear, illegitimate fear that sounds right.
COVID.
Jim Jones. Same thing. And the young folks and the naive bite on it. And then that's the sheep, and that's the ones that are following the bad shepherd. And that's what we have right now. So I don't know how you get ahead of all that.
How we get ahead is we get quality people that were willing to run and stand up for what we believe in. And I honestly believe I don't know Taylor nearly as well as I knew his dad, just because of the timing and the time spent. But Pete LaPresti was one of my dear friends, and he always will be. I don't care what anybody says. I just don't care what you think or what you. Me and that man were friends. Look each other in the eye and smile and begin a discussion about life. Have a drink. He always invited us up to his house. He always put on a heck of a.
And he was Pappy's age?
A little younger.
A little younger?
Yeah, they're younger. Like I said, Dr. Boyer and Betsy was Pappy's age, but the rest of them were all younger.
Okay.
So Dr. Boyer and Pete, that are both passed away now, they were younger than my dad. So
anyways, that's some of the heritage and stuff that here's where I'm at. I'm in the here and the now. And how was this valley so protected and it's not so blowed up and developed and all chaotic? I mean, a little bit.
It ain't you, Billy Bob Biden. You try to say, well, we've been here all this time, but yet you want a damn territorial prison. You and old Annie Fanny Barthroop want a territorial prison. Why? Because you're getting paid by Mike Haga? Because that's the only thing that makes any sense, man. Nothing else makes sense of why that you want it so bad.
It seems to me like they use their political.
And you still.
He's up on ethics too. Sounds like.
Yeah, you still have not come on the podcast, and you said you would.
He can't.
If you said no, I won't do it, then I would accept that. But I stopped what I was doing and I drove 2,000 miles to come back here to be on the podcast with you, and you dissed me. just like you're dissing everybody else in this whole county. And now you're up on ethics because you're using your tax. You're using the county tax break to put in septic systems. And you're one of the only, you got to be a licensed septic guy to put in. You and Dorothy are the ones that passed that through. And y'all canned her ass.
Well, they didn't pass it through. They were having a discussion about it. And I just, the thing is if you have interest in it, if you're getting monetary gain from it.
They passed it through.
Oh, well, there you go. I wasn't paying attention. I haven't been paying attention. And
you got to be certified to put in a septic system here in Custer County.
You can't do it yourself
and
now?
Billy Bob Biden happens to be one of the ones on the list.
That's what I'm saying. This thing is...
And you use the tax break, shield, shelter, whatever the hell you want to call it.
The tax exemption.
Tax exemption to buy stuff for your septic company. That's what Dorothy Karsten is bringing the charges against you, the ethic charges. I've had a couple people say, well, I can't believe that. I can believe it in half a second. Tom Flower did it. Shit, why couldn't I? Hell, it's simply, hell, I can just do it. Hell, just throw a tax ID out there. Ain't no big deal. Shit, ain't nothing.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like you don't already make enough money anyhow. You got to bang us, man.
So here again, that uprightness, and all these are churchgoers.
All the worse, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that bad to anybody, but you look at some of the worst people are not just good old American people. They're churchgoers. I'm going to put money in the till so I can sin all week, and you're going to forgive me for my sins because I put money in the till. That is the most asinine thing.
Well, that's an environment to create a reprobate. That's a reprobate. See what I mean? And that's what these people remind me of. We can do it. Nobody's going to catch us. Number one, nobody's got enough time because they're so busy working to put food on the table between inflation and taxes. We don't have enough time to pay attention to what they're doing. That's why I want them books straight.
Taylor?
And I know we have an auditor, right? What's his name?
I mean, I'm out on the auditor deal because that's too close to home for me.
Oh, anyways. So you're right,
it's a huge
Steve.
problem. I mean, I don't disagree. Why do we not have a new auditor that when there's only supposed to go 5 years or whatever? It's because there's no books. There's no accountability.
Nobody could make rhyme or reason of it.
Shit.
I mean,
There ain't shit but a new wood chipper.
Just the credit card debacle.
Oh.
I mean, here again, I have a list of stuff for the DA.
My head is...
It is unbelievable amount of shit. And they're like, really? And I said, yes, sir. It's all audio and videoed. It's all audio and video. This behavior I'm talking about is all on YouTube. It's just 477 episodes of this nightmare.
And it all boils back down to not qualified individuals. And Lucas, man, I mean, I'm upset at you, buddy, because you were supposed to be the knight in shining armor, and you haven't saved the princess for shit, buddy.
And if you think about it, Anne was instrumental with him, and she was also instrumental with Vogelson. And those are sleeper things that I didn't know too much about. Otherwise, it would have thrown a red flag up for me.
Yeah,
but not being able to debate Westcliff Institute. Ooh.
Lisa Kidwell.
We're not going to have a debate, Steve. You're hiring these people to represent you for 4 years. And you can't ask them a question. Thank God there was Lenny again. Lena Rigo. What do you mean I can't ask them a question? Oh, no. These are already preset. This is already... It's already fashioned the way we need it.
Loaded dice, baby.
Loaded it up now. Shut up. Shut up. This is a democracy. Well, no, it's not a democracy. We use a little bit of democratic stuff to elect officials, but at the end of the day, it's a constitutional republic. And that's where you got to figure it. But most people don't understand that. They think you can vote my God-given right away. Well, you can't. You can't, and you take an oath and you owe me a duty. You take an oath and you owe me a duty. You have failed at the oath, and you failed at the duty. That's treason, period.
So we'll see next week what Taylor has to say about all this. Because
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to going into the kiln here.
And I'm going to start educating him on.
Hopefully he don't need educating.
No, he don't.
That's the whole thing.
All I'm going to do is show him the hot spots of where things happen.
If you need to try to educate him on it, we're cooked, right? We once again have
Avoid.
you got Lucas,
Yeah.
right?
Well, if somebody has integrity, that's going to go a long ways.
Taylor's got some serious integrity, man.
That's all I need to know.
I've said it at his table, his family's table, for like almost 35, 36 years, right? One of the greatest people that I've ever known is Pete LaCrusty. Kudos to you, buddy. Wish you were still here to hear me talk about you. But what we're going to do is next week, Wednesday the 20th, Taylor will be on the podcast. Next Thursday night, 6 o'clock, Jack and Jean Canterbury's.
We'll have to publish the directions and address.
We'll have the. I mean, hopefully Jean don't. I mean, she asked me today. She's like, "Well, how many people are going to come?" And I'm like, "Hopefully not too many, right?" I mean, I don't want to burden them with a community project, but yet I know that they're wholeheartedly in on it, right? And so, I mean, there's nothing better to do than invite everyone, right, to come meet Taylor, to ask him some questions.
Well, and if we have him here, they can call in with questions, right?
Yeah, but we haven't had one single person call in yet, so I doubt that anybody even gives a shit enough to even call in. But whatever, I mean, we're always ready. Mike's on the console right now. If somebody would,
You
call
can
in.
publicly engage with us. You can interject your thoughts and your opinions, and
Nobody ever has enough wherewithal to actually do that, which I can't blame them, right? I wouldn't want to try to head up with you, fucking lock horns with you, pal. Anyhow, folks. That being said, steadfast. The time is now. Keep it in your mind what a caucus is. The caucus is the most important part of what's going to go on. That's how we get our people lined up and get our people in place. And that's the beautiful thing about Colorado, or I guess I shouldn't say beautiful, but it is one of the mechanisms that Colorado uses for elected officials is the caucus. And that's going to be next February, March, April. I think it's in March. I can't remember exactly.
I'm not sure either.
First part of 26, right? That's when that's when everybody is gonna. That's whoever's gonna try to run for Bill Canada's spot. I don't know who in the hell that the CCRCC thinks that they're gonna try to put out there, but if we beat them at the caucus, it don't matter. And so, with all that being said,
You would also think that by now maybe they would have a candidate
but
we could ask and say, hey, who are you and what are you about?
But like Matt said, they ain't going to tell you that till the very bitter
Till the
end.
last minute. Another strategy to keep the voice of the people at bay, and so that their little cabal can keep acting the way they do. So you're either going to wake up, folks, and get engaged and protect this community, or you're going to get ran over.
Get seconded.
But like and share, and we appreciate your time. And
With all that being said, have a good evening.
got to go home and milk the cow.
See you next week.